नमस्कार दोस्तों और जय हिंद। आप सभी को स्वागत है इन माय चैनल 1971 वॉर बुक सीरीज। तो दोस्तों, इंडियन एयरफोर्स का कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशंस इन द 1971 वॉर में आपको तो पता ही होगा। बांग्लादेश का बाद में इंडियन एयरफोर्स ने भारी दबदबा मचा दिया था विद इन मैक्सिमम 4 days ऑफ फाइटिंग। लेकिन वेस्टर्न फ्रंट में भी इंडियन एयरफोर्स का मुकाबला was almost equally दुश्मन के साथ, पाकिस्तान एयरफोर्स के साथ ऑलमोस्ट बराबर का टक्कर था। हम फाइटर पायलट्स के इतिहास के बारे में बहुत बात करते हैं, लेकिन एक फाइटर पायलट या एक फाइटर स्क्वाड्रन को जंग के लिए प्रिपेयर होने के लिए बहुत कुछ चाहिए होता है। एक अच्छा एयरक्राफ्ट, अच्छा ग्राउंड टेक्निकल टीम, सुपीरियर क्वालिटी ऑफ इक्विपमेंट and of course protection from possible enemy assaults। तो ऐसे ही ग्राउंड टेक्निकल टीम जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स और इक्विपमेंट का देखभाल करते हैं, उनके बाद हम नॉर्मली ज्यादा करते नहीं हैं, क्योंकि फाइटिंग बाय द इंडियन एयरफोर्स इज डन मोस्टली बाय द पायलट्स। लेकिन आज हम बात करेंगे अबाउट दीज अनसंग पीपल ऑन द ग्राउंड ऑफ द इंडियन एयरफोर्स, द ग्राउंड टेक्निकल टीम जो ये सब फाइटर पायलट्स को बैटल रेडी करता है फॉर द कॉम्बैट ऑपरेशंस। Hence, I have brought someone to my program today on our podcast studio today, Junior Warrant Officer Saratchandra Pathak, जिन्होंने 108 Squadron of the Indian Air Force में सर्व किया था during the 1971 war at Halwara airbase। उनके स्क्वाड्रन से 2 वायुसेना मेडल भी मिला था, एक वीर चक्र मिला था और उसके साथ एक पायलट मारे भी गए थे ड्यूरिंग द ऑपरेशंस। ही वाज वन ऑफ द मैन who was making all the aircrafts be battle ready to tackle the Pakistani Air Force and destroy the objectives down in enemy territory. So let's welcome today Junior Warrant Officer Saratchandra Pathak, probably the most senior most man I have ever got for a podcast video, who will be talking about his experiences in the 1971 war.
Really nice to see you, sir. Really nice. I mean,
Yeah.
and such an active person at this age, sir. Really wonderful.
I'm trying to be as active as possible.
So, sir,
No,
as
it's
decided,
okay.
we will be talking mostly about your experiences in joining the Air Force till your retirement,
Correct.
and mostly it will be like on
Correct.
71 war. So, sir, I would like to at first know what made you join the Indian Air Force. Like, yeah, you were from a very senior batch of intake, I guess, as an airman.
Yeah, I joined in 56. I'm born in 1937.
Okay.
So I passed my matriculate in 53.
Okay.
Then I studied up to intermediate and 55. Intermediate, I could not get sufficient mark to get admitted for B. So I joined diploma course that time, diploma in electrical engineering.
Achha.
So it was in Pune only. So that everything was over. First year was over. That was 56. In the month of May, my result came, and I was declared fail. A man going for diploma after doing intermediate, and that too I was shocked to hear that, see that. How come I failed? I did very well in my papers. So I went to the college and I asked him if there is some problem. I would like you to re-examine my papers. So they took me some 5-10 rupees fee and asked me to give an application. So I filled up application and gave them and came back home. Then I told my father, this is the thing which has happened. I am not convinced that I should fail, but now let them decide. So meantime, my father got so much angry because he had lot of commitments. See, we were my father, mother, and 4 children, 1 sister and 3 brothers, plus his elder uncle, who he died earlier. So his complete family also was with us. So only one earning hand, and there were 4 to 6, 3, 9 fellows he had to feed. And he was struggling a lot. I was seeing he was a teacher. So morning he used to go at 10 o'clock, come back at 5 o'clock. Then there were some evening classes. For there he used to go at 7 o'clock and come back at 10 o'clock. So that he had to do just to do the financial balancing act. So he got so much angry. He says, and that time my two cousins and myself, we were three college going. The college fees that time, of course, it was less, but still it is always unbearable. So he says, I am sorry now, I cannot afford your education anymore. Now you take care of yourself. I will feed you for some time, that too not for indefinite time, but to make your own arrangement. Well, because I simply can't afford. Then that gave me a shock. Then I told, kya kare abhi? So I went to employment office.
Okay.
Now, uh, I went there. He says, yes, you look quite healthy. Do you want to become police? Whenever, no, I don't want to be police. Then he said, you are just intermediate. You have no other qualification. You don't know typing. You don't know shorthand. Okay, you can get a job. Well, as it is, I might. So what do you want me to? He then advised me one thing. He says, there is some Air Force recruitment is going on at Loegaon, which was about 10 kilometers from employment office. He says, you go there, you try your luck, and join Air Force only if you get a technical training. Non-technical, there is no much of scope and there is no enjoyment. Being a technician, Air Force life is better. So I went there. So I met one sergeant there who was in charge of that particular recruiting office. So he said, boy, sorry, you are late. When you are late, he says, no, yesterday only we have started one batch, about 25 of them. And we had their exam whole day yesterday. So today is second day. Normally we conduct the exams for about 4 or 5 days. Then we select from them. They are sent to the medical. And then the final list is made. That is the procedure. So he says, I can't help you. Try next time whenever it comes to paper and whenever you get information. I told, sir, all the way I come from Pune city, pedaling down 15 kilometers. And I really need some job. He says, I can't help you. You are late. You are late means you are late. I can't do anything. But then I was just loitering about and sitting there outside on a bench. So meantime, there was one flight captain, Sardarji. He was in charge. He was recruiting officer. He came to me and asked me, "Kya ho gaya? Why you are sitting here? You are not giving any exam, no?" I told such and such thing has happened. He says, yes, you are late. Now, next time. I again tried to convince him. I told, sir, it is very much necessary for me to get some employment now. Now, I have no other qualification. I passed my intermediate. I have done 1 year of a diploma. So, I need job. So, pata nahi kya, he saw something good about me and he called it sergeant. He says, ek kaam karna, you whatever papers have been finished yesterday, you take his exam separately, alone. And there he told me, unless you pass with exceptional mark, exceptionally good mark, you are not going to be helped. You have to be exceptional. You have to prove that. I told, let me try my luck. So I did that. That took about 2-3 hours. And luckily, I was the topper of the list. So he told me, yes, you are topper of the list. No, only medical is left. But we are going to give you extra privilege. There are 3 trades: instrument, radar, and electrical. They are all electronic trades, upcoming trades. We give you a choice. You select one of them, and we'll send you for them. I had no idea what electrician is, what radar wala, instrument wala is there. So, but then I went for medical. So there I met a lot of people in uniform. I asked number of them. ऐसे भाई मुझे कौन सा ट्रेड आता है? कोई बोलता रडार है, कोई बोलता इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, कोई बोलता इलेक्ट को सबने डिनाई कर दिया. Because all time elect promotion was very slow, very slow. So I thought of 2. Then I told him, no, I will go as instrument repair. mainly. So at 1:30, 2 o'clock, my I gave it to him. Then prepared a warrant and gave us some money, some your journey allowance. They in Air Force they pay journey allowance to you to have expenditure in the way for our food and all. He gave me journey allowance and he said, "You are going." And he goes, "Okay." I asked when I have to start.
Hmm.
This today itself. Evening 6 o'clock is the train. I don't know how you manage.
Hmm.
You have to board on train today itself, and you have to reach there latest by day after tomorrow morning
Hmm.
because train reaches in the evening. Even if it comes late, it is okay. You
Right,
have to
right.
report to Tamram.
Tamram,
So
okay. That's why I think where
Tamram,
the
yes,
flying
Chennai,
instructor school is, right, sir?
two GTS.
Okay.
Number two ground training school was at Tamram,
Acha, acha.
and that time, including electronic trades, the training was held at Tamram those days.
Okay.
But after some time, after another 5 6 years, they were shifted to this one, Bangalore.
Yeah.
So
So you're saying that in
you
between
have to go to Tamram.
all electronic.
Electronic has now it is at Jalali, Bangalore.
Acha.
Electronic trades are at Bangalore, and mechanical trades, that is like airframe, engine, armament, they are at 2 GTS Tamram.
Okay.
So we told me no, you have to go today itself. मैंने बोला आज तो मुश्किल है अभी इसलिए nothing is difficult. You have to start today itself. तो मैं घर गया and I told my mother this is the thing now. I am traveling today. I am going today itself. She started crying. She says, "Why you have taken this decision? Who has asked you to join Air Force?" मैंने बोला, my father has told me that you have to look after and take care of yourself. So I tried my luck in Air Force and I am selected now. It's a good thing. He says, no, no. Then my younger brother was sent to his school and he was called. My father also then told me, hey, I didn't mean that, but anyhow, it is okay. If you are going, you go. So I boarded the train and reached the next day. Then our training started. It was all well. Our training used to be those days 1.5 years. In between, after 9 months, there used to be mid-course leave for 1 month.
Okay.
So in between, a funny thing happened, you know. See, we used to have a different type of people in Air Force. Some are for helping hands, clerical. Some are accounts people. Some are for SAGD, means aircraft and general duties. So there we used to have guard duties and all common things.
In the 1962 war, you were still an aircraftsman, right, sir?
Yeah, I was LSP.
Okay.
62 I became corporal.
Corporal. Okay.
62 I became corporal. Posted my first unit was number 27 Squadron, Adampur.
Okay.
Adampur those days had vampires.
Initially, what was your task in that squadron, sir?
I was instrument repairer.
Okay.
So basically, we look after all the instruments, you know, altimeter, airspeed indicator, rate of climb indicator, gun sight, bomb sight, and all these things is an oxygen charging. Main oxygen system is under instruments. So these things we are, see there, you know, it is divided into 12 different trades. Each aircraft is inspected by 12 tradesmen, those who are trained on that and competent, and then only a supervisor, one sergeant comes and signs the last column so that everything has been done. You only make sure that there is no item missing from the aircraft. See, any problem, any item removal, we have to make entry in, there is one form 700, which is the record of that aeroplane. So there, if something is removed or if some snag is there, we enter at the left hand side and right hand side we write down what is the remedial action taken. So that sergeant is supposed to see everything. Any item due for life change, life component, which is our oxygen cylinders. Then lot of items are there which are having life. After that certain life, they have to be changed. So they make sure and then the aircraft flies. We are there for 3-4 months. Then we are told that you are going to Ambala for MTF for Hunter aircraft.
Okay,
Hunters
Hunter.
were introduced.
So
Hunters
this
were
was
introduced that
this was
time.
after 62, sir.
No. Hunters 58 only.
Okay,
58.
58.
I went there in the month of January.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Adampur, and I think by June or July, we all shifted to Ambala.
Okay.
See, Hunters first base was Ambala.
Mm-hmm.
There all 7 series squadrons started first. 7, 17, 27, 37, 14 and 20. These 6 squadrons were formed at Ambala. So
Okay.
many hunters were ferried that time. So our squadron got hunters, and we did the course on that. We call it MCF, Mobile Training Flight, MTF, Mobile Training Flight. They come and train about all the systems in Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter has a lot of advanced things. They have auto stabilizer, autopilot. Then gun sight is also modern, and a lot of new things are there. Hunter is one of our very good aircraft. It was in service for quite long time. Very safe aircraft, and pilots were happy, very happy with handling up this aircraft.
Mm-hmm.
For technicians also, it was okay. There was no much of problem. So I was in the same squadron. Then I got married in 59
1959.
May.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very young, hardly 22. See, I was the eldest in family.
Mm-hmm.
So after I got job and about 1 year or 2 years service was over, they were after me for marriage. So
Mm-hmm.
I got married in 59 May, and then I was with family for some time.
Mm-hmm.
And then my conversion came. Means ours is, initially basic training and then advanced training. So as a basic training, you come, have some work experience on aircraft, and pass the requisite tests also. There are 2, 3 tests in between. See, our rank is from SC2, SC1, then leading aircraftsman, and then corporal. So once you become LSE, then you are mastered that particular group. So you are sent for higher education. That is called as conversion.
Conversion
So
training.
61 conversion training. Yes. So conversion, I went in the month of 60th,
Mm-hmm.
61st. So yeah, so, and 60 September and passed out in 61 September. That was just 1 year course. And that time they wanted, I don't know if Chinese travel was made earlier or things like that. They were trying to hasten up our batches. So too many people were taken for conversion. Luckily, after my course, I did successfully, and I was posted to Pune only. But just after 1 year of my this one, then I finished my foreign course came for Me4 aircraft. I was there was some signal, and audio room called me. You are going for Russian course for Me4.
Mm-hmm.
So are you willing to go? I told no, because I was in Pune with my parents at home. So I refused that course.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, okay, they say if you refuse, then they will not call me again. So I forgot about it. But Pune just after 1.5 years, 2 years, my posting came to Hasimara.
Hashimara.
Because Hasimara was 16 week was newly formed wing. So that there they want to establish instrument section.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Pune in the wing, not in squadron. Wing calibration room is the place where all instruments during servicing are removed from the aircraft and brought to the calibration room. We test them as per standard laid down and certify them. If it is not serviceable, ask them to change it.
Mm-hmm.
So that complete servicing is done there at calibration room. It's a quite sophisticated job and good job. So that after 2 years, my posting, I was senior most there as a corporal that time. I became corporal after going to Pune. So then I was posted to Hastimara. But that time, my wife was due for delivery, so I asked him for deferment. Deferment for 1 year. But again, I had to come to Hastimara.
Mm-hmm.
So in 64, I came to Hastimara. So Hastimara was thick, I came alone. Hastimara was a thick jungle that time. Hastimara is the place from where you have to get down and go to Bhutan. If somebody wants to go to Bhutan, Hasimara is the place, railway station where you have to get down and then travel by bus. For Bhutan, entry is from Hasimara. So that time it was thick jungle. So I went there. We had a tent life in the beginning. Then our buildings were getting constructed. Very soon we shifted to permanent building, and it was a good life. But Hasimara, I would like to tell one incident. There was one Pakistani spy brigadier, one Muslim chap in Hasimara. So one day we are told that in the evening after PT, we used to have physical training in the evening, Yeah? If somebody wants to play, you play. Otherwise, they will do. So it was, in our armed forces, it's a compulsory practice. They keep you busy till evening. 4 days in a week, you have to either come for games, organized games, or physical training, PT. So, वो common था. So after PT, they told that some brigadier is coming with a pen. We have to paint our runways so that they are not visible from the top.
Okay.
65 war की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. 65 war. Our Bangladesh Pakistan war. He called people to come get together on runway, and he brought barrels of paint, and he says we'll paint this runway right from this end to that end, so that it's a camouflage paint we did.
Achha.
We were to do. But we started painting. We started first, before painting you have to clean it, clean the surface with we cleaning and painting. Meantime, heavy rain came. Hasimara was very susceptible to rainy season. Every now and then it used to rain. It is not that only this season it will rain. It used to come any time. It was near to Himalayas, Bhutan and all this in Himalayas only. So it came heavily. But then we came to know that brigadier who arranged all this was a Pakistani spy. He was to get brigadier, a rank of brigadier. He was helping them, and they had a plan to attack everybody there on the runway.
But how?
When the painting was going on.
Because that is closer.
See, Hasimara is just about 30 kilometers from Bangladesh border.
Yeah. I mean, at that time East Pakistan was friendly with us.
That time it was East Pakistan, na? So they had a plan to attack that time the same runway, so that men also complete station will be killed, and runway also will be attacked, and it will become unserviceable to you. That time Tufani aircraft was there, fighter.
Okay.
Almost other aircraft, Tufanis were there, and helicopters were there. 2 planes were at that place.
And
so they wanted to demolish that. But he's a Muslim. His name was Muslim. I don't remember his name. So, but lucky to our good luck, heavy rain came. We all went back. We left the painting as it is, and because of that, they could not attack also. We are saved. Otherwise, it would have been a disastrous. Had it been a clear day, see. It was a really God-given help to all the people there, those who were working. Next day, then it came out, and everybody knew that this was actually plan of that particular brigadier. He wanted to kill the men also and attack the airport also. So that is the Hasimara incident. From Hasimara, I came to Kalaikunda because I was hunter trained earlier. I was again posted to 14th Squadron Hunter. So there, Flight Lieutenant Cook, he was there in our squadron only. Famous Cook and Mamgen, those who had shot down Sabre jets earlier in the 65 war itself. I reached there after war was over.
Okay.
So then I came to Kalaikunda. War was just for few days only. Okay. Our both the wars did not last even 1 month. It was few days only. So what time nothing, they tried to attack. We were there at the end. Once when they attacked in the evening.
On West Bengal side, so I mean on eastern side I would say. So I mean there was no problem with East Pakistan at that time. No offensive, no air action, nothing.
No, it was not very near to the border. It was quite far away. And Kalaikonda only had suffered that earlier attack, Some vampires were lost during attack. And when they came for attack second time, that time this Cook and Mamgen combination, they had shot down 3 aircraft, Saber jets.
Okay.
He has got, like Captain Cook has got Veer Chakra for that. He was decorated in 63. He was in our squadron only there that time.
Okay.
So from Hasimara to Kalaikunda, nothing happened. Again my foreign course came.
Okay.
In 68. My first course was for Me-4. Second was for AN-12. And third it came for Su-7.
Okay.
Sukhoi 7. That time we had to buy Sukhoi 7s for our Air Force. So from there I went there. Then I had about 5 to 6 months course in Russia. All well, and came back. From there I was posted to 221 Squadron. That was a training squadron.
221 Squadron, right.
So I was there for 5 and that course delayed my promotion. When I came back after course, I found my colleagues and my juniors had become sergeant. But the policy is that if you are abroad, you are not promoted that time. Your promotion is given only after you come back to India. In foreign, they don't give you any promotion. So then we saw and we told our adjutant, our colleagues have become sergeant. So what about us? He sent a signal, and we got our promotion straight away, immediately.
Okay.
So we all Russian trains were in 221. Then we kept on working there for 6 months like that. After 6 months, one white squadron from Bagdogra came to Hasimara, came to Bareilly, and they were converted into Sukhoi.
Okay.
So,
Sukhoi 7s.
Half of us, those who were Russian trained, were posted to 108.
Okay.
Then, when at squadron, that time I was sergeant, and just after going to 108 squadron, I became flight sergeant. That time, the flight sergeant rank was there. They used to call it chiefy. Now they call it as JW, Junior Warrant Officer.
Junior Warrant Officer, right.
He used to handle complete daily servicing section and repair and servicing section. Means there are 2 main branches in a squadron, Daily servicing is they are responsible to look after daily day-to-day flying. Means our flight commander or commanding officer, his next day program, the first takeoff will be at that time. So we have to make aircraft ready for that. We have to come much earlier. We have to require another at least 2 hours to prepare the aircraft. There is a lot of things: hydraulic fluid charging, oxygen charging, then air charging, etc., refueling, everything. And their serviceability is to be checked. So I was made in charge of daily servicing section as a flight sergeant.
And sir, what about
I worked there.
What about the Indian Air Force preparation before 1971?
1971 war, actually, that was in the month of December, no? 71 December. So, right from September, our squadron detachment moved to Halwara.
The same squadron, right?
They had,
you were in the same
squadron? Same squadron, but our 6 aircrafts from our squadron, and all pilots, we are shifted to Ambala. Halwara. So there, it is Ludhiana, Ambala, and Adampur, Pathankot. These are all air bases near to Pakistan border in a range of about say 40 to 60 kilometers aerial distance. So they were all in a line. So we are shifted, and that time we never smelled that there will be war. But higher ups people knew there is some planning going on, and for that exercise and all, I had coordination. Other mixed squadron also came from other station. So there was flying going on. So 3 months early before war, we had been there, and I was again in charge of that. We call it as advance party, advance party of the squadron. And just before war, 1 week only, I was relieved because 3 months I was there. Other batch from Bareilly came to. So actual war 71 war, I was at Bareilly.
Bareilly.
I was not at Halwara. But there, our any aircraft going unserviceable at Halwara, they used to be flown to Bareilly. Then we have to work day, night, whatever it is. No time limit. And service that aircraft and make it ready for flying. And send it back to Halwara. See, initially only 6 aircraft went, but then by and large, all the aircraft which were serviceable, they were sent to Halwara. And we are kept there as servicing party. Most of the squadron people were there. So that continued. And when the war started, but I was all the time in Bareilly only during war. Actually, I was not at Halwara. I had finished my earlier, so I came. So war went on, and we came back. They came back after war. Our squadron had 2 Vayu medals. One our squadron commander, Wing Commander Deshmukh, and one flight commander also got the medal, Veer Chakra, I think. And there was one casualty from our squadron. One aircraft, Flight Lieutenant Kibber, he was shot down and lost in the air. Other squadron, other hunters, other Su-7 squadron had very huge losses. Number of aircrafts as well as pilots. So many aircrafts we have lost. Maximum aircrafts lost during 71 war were Su-7. Because that was the latest aircraft available, and for any deep penetration attack and important job, they were deployed. And wherever they attacked, they had an anti-aircraft battery ready to welcome them.
And was your
Not many
airbase
good pilots.
under attack ever by the Pakistanis?
Halwara was attacked, yes. Halwara, initially, what they did? Just before war started, one day earlier, evening they tried to make Israel-like attack. They attacked all the bases, Pathankot, Adhampur, Ambala, Halwara, simultaneously, at a time. They thought like Israel, they will attack. But luckily, I think our intelligence had that info earlier. Something is going to take place. All the aircrafts were shifted to Bareilly and near about bases, Agra, things like that. Safe bases. They attacked, but nothing was there. No casualty and no aircraft damage. Again, next morning, they came back. And then we declared, when the Indira Gandhi declared that yes, we are at war with Pakistan, then onwards, full-fledged attack started. We are working round the clock, means from dawn to dusk. So that attack, the war time, I was only at Bareilly, so I can't tell you anything what happened at Halwara. But our squadron was very active.
Yes, sir. What was your exclusive role there? Like, what was your role on the ground at that time in the base?
Our role is to service the aircraft and those who were in the field at the war front. Main is armament loading. Armament loading means bombs, then rockets, then bullets. So for that, our complete group of set of people used to help. Armament trade is there for that. They are specialized for looking after. See, any aircraft which comes back, our flight commander or commanding officer used to tell us, see, this is the configuration for this aircraft for next sortie. So many rockets, so many bombs, 500 pounders, so many, 1000 pounders, so many, and so many bullets. So as per their plan of attack, they used to tell. So everybody will get together. And believe me, all the team who were at Halwara, all the 15 days, they were staying in the pen only, by the side. Pen means is the aircraft where the aircraft is parked. See, all the 3 sides there is a wall for protection, so that if the bombarding is, aircraft will be saved. So there in a severe winter, they were all there. They never came home. They never came to their billets or buildings where they were staying. Everything, their food was served there. In rotation, they used to come back, have a bath and go back.
You used to be there in the repair duties, fixing if there was any problem.
Loading weapons. Maintaining the highest serviceability of the aircraft. That was our prime aim. So we are unluckily I was not there, but I was at the base where aircrafts which were having some problem,
Mhm.
used to come for rectification and again fly back next day. Night time, even if they come in the evening, we had to stay there complete night to work. And morning, pilot used to come and tell us this is the snack. So these things you have to rectify. And tomorrow
Mhm.
morning at 8 o'clock, I'm coming to take it away back to Halwara. So
Okay.
like that. So that time, though we are not actually on the war there, but we are working on 24 hours basis.
Mhm.
All that day to keep maximum serviceability up. So that was 71. Then one incident I would like to note is 72. There was some celebration. There was some fly past of number of aircraft
Mhm.
at Prayagraj, that is Allahabad. There was some function arranged in memory of this one, your 71 war victory. So there, our detachment came, our six hunters, 627s from 108 Squadron.
Mhm.
We went to Gorakhpur.
Gorakhpur.
And to Gorakhpur that time had a Canberra base it was, plus NAT base also was there.
Okay.
So these three type of aircraft used to take off. They, as per their plan, go there, have a fly past, come back and land. So one unfortunate incident happened there. While they came one day, while we were just six aircraft were there, we used to go have only one sortie. That's
Mhm.
all. Then all the day we were free, nothing to do. So one day they were coming back. Our aircraft came. We received them, and then the Canberras came. The Canberra, we are positioned very near to flying control. So from there we were watching Canberras have come in formation. The same formation used to fly there also, so that local people could watch.
Mhm.
But what had happened? The two aircrafts came so near, they dashed against each other, and one aircraft fell down like a stone. And that aircraft pilot was being Commander Takle, Squadron Commander.
Okay.
In front of us, from 500 feet, it just dropped on the ground, and nothing was available. His body, you forget about it. Only some pieces of lace were collected, and funeral was made. And this Takle I know because
Mhm.
his younger brother was my classmate in college. He used to tell us, "See, my brother also is a pilot in Air Force." So that is about my 108 squadron. So after the war, there were about 6 to 7 aircraft were shot down, and so squadrons were reduced. Our squadron was asked to go to Adampur and get converted into MiG 21 MF. That is the MiG version, latest one.
Mhm.
So, but I myself being Russian trained, I was kept there only for some time, and then after 2 3 months, my posting came to 32 Squadron Ambala because
Okay.
they wanted to use me in Sukhois only because of my Russian training and experience. So from there, I went to Ambala, 32 Squadron, and there their STO means senior technical officer had come for training. Our 07 MPF training was at Bareilly only. So all those pilots, then technical officers, all technicians used to come to our squadron. Hangar was very near to that. So for their breakfast and all, they used to come and chit chat with us.
Mhm.
So he had come there and he had seen me as NCIC DSS 108 squadron. He met me. Our STO introduced me to me. He's our PP. He's looking after the
Got
things
it.
here. So when I went to Ambala, he was the SPO there, senior technical officer. He welcomed me. He says, "Come, I got a proper man, and I was in search of that. I want somebody to look after R&S straight away. R&S production is very bad. Let us see what way you can help us and do the needful." And he told me there is one more task. There are one aircraft 844, uh, B844 aircraft number also I remember. That was what happened during war.
Mhm.
Our main aim was to keep the aircraft flying, to keep maximum aircraft flying. So for that, they had earmarked one aircraft. 844, which was in the R&S for quite some time, and servicing was going on. So the instruction was given that if you want any unserviceable items to be replaced, you remove it from 844. But while we remove, we are supposed to make entry in the form 700 also. Such and such item has been removed, so that man looking after that aircraft comes to know what are the deficiencies and what we need replenishing. So, but what time, who cares? Sometimes in hurry they forget. So it was that aircraft is in horrible condition. Nobody knew what are the things missing, and to make it serviceable, what are the things we have to do. That was neglected. But on that issue, they were getting lot of letters from air headquarters. It is 844, right from 71 war till 73 end. It is not serviced by you. What is the matter? You let us know what are the spares required. We will supply them on priority. But we want that aircraft to fly test flight within 4 months' time. That was the last warning given. So when I was welcomed there, that he showed me that letter, our technical officer. This is the letter, and now you are going to be in charge of R&S, and you select your gang and for that particular aircraft. Every day you will work extra afternoon for that and assess first what are the deficiencies and demand. We will get them. And that aircraft target date is 4 months. Within 4 months, we have to fly test flight at any cost, because air headquarters is very angry on us and lot of letters are coming again and again. So we are working. It was searching in the dark, So whatever is possible, we did it. We went on. After 2 months, we thought that no, everything is okay. See, before putting on battery supply to the aircraft, a lot of things were in hazardous condition. Lot of things removed. So it was risky, by chance if you put on the battery, it might catch fire also due to some short circuit, whatever has happened. It was very risky. So when all the technicians told that yes, their system, whatever components were less, they have been replaced. Now, but how to test it? Unless you put on electrical supply, you can't test them. So one fine day was allotted for that. So that day we called extra men. I called fire tender also. Then we took that aircraft outside the hangar, quite a distance away from hangar and other aircrafts. See, God forbid if anything goes wrong and if it catches fire, it should not spread and make more damages. So that safety precaution we took. Put on the electrical supply. Nothing went wrong. Then we completed servicing within another 2 weeks, and that aircraft was successfully air tested within given time. They had given 4 months period, but it was tested after 3.5 months. And that particular day, including station commander, everybody came to see of the test pilot in that aircraft. They were all curious whether that whatever we remove components from aircraft. So that aircraft was called Christmas tree. So like Christmas tree, people have removed the items, but nobody knows what is what. So like that they removed, but finally we could service, and aircraft had a test flight of about half an hour. It landed safely, and pilot told nothing serious, minor snags are there, and this aircraft is fit to fly.
So you served in the Indian Air Force till which year?
I served till 77.
77.
77 February I came home.
Okay. You retired in at which rank, sir?
As a junior warrant officer only.
Junior warrant officer. Okay.
That is still flight sergeant. At that time junior warrant officer rank was not there, but equivalent was flight sergeant. So I was in NCIC R&D repair and servicing section, plus IC instrument section also. So for that I got commendation by CAS. My name was recommended by our Squadron commander. He flight sergeant Pathak and team serviced this aircraft successfully after a long time, and it is still flying. For that I was given commendation by CAS. Then in 76, because my record was good, I was allotted pre-release course. So
Okay.
I had done that industrial entrepreneurs course, which was at Nilokidi, which was about 50 kilometers from Ambala. जो काम करता था वो luckily I used to get good success because of it. We people, Air Force people, armed forces people are sincere. If you sincerely put the efforts, you can't fail. That is one thing for the sure.
Right, right.
So
I've seen many
that was
veterans
my
like that who puts a lot of effort even after the second innings. Like, yeah,
yeah.
even after their first
And now
innings,
this
second
is
innings, yeah, they do. And trying to make something out of
so
the time.
yeah. So that I continued for some time, and then 2016 I had my open heart surgery. I valve change and bypass. There was a blockage at 10 places. Plus my aortic valve also was had become passive. It was functioning just 20%. So doctor told me ki, there is no other remedy for that. You have to get up. Then I asked him, ki, what is the chances? That time I was 80 years. My age was 80 years that time. It happened in 2016. That is in short my all the innings. And last inning is now AVA. That Air Force has given me so much. Because of that I could become entrepreneur. I could have my factory. Even now I am supplied to defense. I am supplying to defense. See all the chemical toilets which is a part of integrated field shelters which are put all along the Pakistan border where our soldiers can stay there in case of emergency for 10 days. 50 soldiers can stay there. Their food supply, water supply, bathing facility, toilet, everything. So 5 toilets, one big bath tray where 4 people can take bath at a time, and 2 cupboards for keeping their used clothes and sterilized clothes at different places. That much FRP part I am supplying to every shelter. And up to now about 800 shelters we have supplied to the army. It is still ongoing process. अभी लेह के लिए भी हम डेवलप कर रहे हैं नया टॉयलेट सिस्टम. R&D is going on.
Right.
Now of course my son is looking after.
Still, it's really
So
nice
I
what
thought
you're doing, sir.
अभी huh?
Yeah, it's really nice what you're doing.
Yeah, it was just flow. So only 71 when the paper it came in paper, the Air Force is going to celebrate 71 War Golden Jubilee in a big way. That time I formed this group, Air Veterans Association. I thought, no,
2021.
I must reciprocate something for service, which has given me so much. So we formed the group, and luckily it spread all over. You have seen the people how enthusiasm was there, get together. You have watched yourself. And 71 was our 21 celebration was much bigger than what it was here. Here comparatively, our veterans attended was less number. तो अब ये मेरा लास्ट इनिंग चल रहा है अभी एयर वेटर्स के लिए ग्रुप के लिए बस. चलो थैंक यू सर.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
बाय
Bye.
बाय एंड टेक केयर.
Take care.